Hello everyone, my name is Laura Gomez, and this is a public service announcement about graduating from the MSOT program. The first point that I want to discuss is my progress from Seminar 1 to graduation. So, Seminar 1 was prior to Level 2 fieldwork. Level 2 fieldwork changes you in a way that it makes you grow personal and professionally. I learned a lot. I expanded my knowledge. I was able to create connections. So I have definitely evolved since Seminar 1. Some of the personal goals that I have achieved personally are related to communication, since Spanish is my primary language and English is my second language. I have always struggled during public speaking and communicating, making my point across. So Fieldwork 2 provided me with a perfect platform to work on my communication skills and increase my confidence when I'm public speaking, like I'm doing right now. Um, my personal well-being strategies, something that works for me, it doesn't necessarily mean that it can work for other people. However, I believe I'm a strong believer on healthy eating and a very routinely sleep schedule. So consistency with eating healthy and sleeping, I think, is very important for every student and practitioner out there. Professional growth that I have felt, um, and that people professional growth, how do I plan on working on my professional growth? I believe it's easy to become comfortable in the work that we're doing. So a way for us to be better practitioners is to keep learning, researching, connecting, networking with others, and also try to be innovative in the work that we're doing. You don't necessarily need to change from the setting or the population that you're working with to get a new, like a breath of fresh air in your work. You only need to encourage yourself and become more involved in different projects, different activities, doing your research, and trying to not burn out in the work that you're doing. A research conducted by Liner et al. 2025 suggested different strategies to decrease burnt out and increase containment with your work. So being happy with the work that you're doing, which includes learning new things, changing a few aspects of your work, and increasing your professional growth within the field that you are by learning and investigating about other fields as well. Now, what type of leaderships have I made face to face with, and what works for me? I will say transformational leadership, because it goes hand in hand with what OT is. So I believe in a strong manager that motivates their employees, their OTs, to see the value of the work that they're doing every day. However, I also believe that OTs and practitioners should have a transactional management approach too as well from their managers, because transactional leadership, according to the research conducted by Flynn, it provides you with a structure where you have to follow the protocols, safety, and use evidence-based strategy, which is something that we have to do as OTs. So I believe like a mix of both will be very beneficial. um I feel that I have encouraged my friends and my classmates during the program. So that is a very leadership quality, to be able to encourage and support others. So yes. Maintaining leadership. So strategies that I think are useful to maintaining your leadership is by creating connections and networking with other practitioners, PTs, OTs, speech therapists, and also maintaining your certifications with the NBCOT, your memberships with the AOTA. You can keep reading on innovative and techniques, research, and everything that is being done in the field of OT. My professional portfolio that we created in the first class, it's very useful. It's like a walking resume. It has everything that I have achieved as an OT throughout my career. And I think it's very good for you to set up different goals so you can meet them, and you know through your portfolio the type of OT that you want to become and what you're missing to achieve that goal. Now on to the NBCOT preparation. In order to apply to make the exam, you have to have your transcripts ready from an accredited occupational therapy school. And once you have those transcripts and your authorization to test letter, you will apply for your exam, and the exam costs $540. So when you apply for your exam date, you make sure you study your material and then you present yourself for the boards. Once you have your board and you get your test scores, hopefully you pass, then you are a certified occupational therapist. The next step, it will be to achieve your licensure, which is something that you are legally required to have to practice in the state of Florida. So in that case, you will go to the occupational therapy board within the state, and there you apply for your license. You do the application process, you pay the service fee, and then you will receive an email confirming your license number. And you don't get your official physical license until you received it from in the mail a few weeks later. Now, changes in exam preparation. So before taking the therapy ed class, I was set up on studying every material. But now, after reading the therapy ed class, receiving the class, and reading the book suggests that you find your strengths and weaknesses so you can redirect the time that you are investing on those topics. And so the way that I did this was I allocated more time to my identified weaknesses, for example, orthotics, which is one of my biggest weaknesses, and then just make a quick review of my strength so I don't waste time on studying something, going over something that I already know. So this was very useful, and the way that I'm doing this is I purchased the AOTA study pack. I have the NBCOT study pack, and I also have the therapy ed book. The AOTA study pack is useful because it's very concise information that is divided in chapters. So I put that together with the related chapters from the therapy ed book, and then I identify my weaknesses, and I am prioritizing those, and once I'm ready with those, I will move on to my strength. So that's the way I divided my study plan. And I plan to take the boards within 7 to 8 weeks after I start studying. I hope this information is useful to everybody out there that is watching this video, and thank you so much.